Hello there. I haven't advertised today what I'm doing, but I'm coming on to give you a live video because I won't be able to on Thursday. I have to go to a funeral on Thursday, so any day that I can this week, which will be today and tomorrow, that is it, because I can't do one on a Wednesday because it's the day of work. And also Thursday I'm going to a funeral in Brisbane, and Friday we'll be away camping. So I'm hoping that if anyone who is interested will be on today to check out my live video, and I will advertise this in my email newsletter as well, that today today and tomorrow are going to have to do for my live video. So if you're here, awesome, welcome, congratulations. I haven't advertised, haven't done anything, so I apologize for that. But if you're here, I hope you enjoy this. I'm coming on to share with you a pinwheel fold card. It's a super easy, fun card that I really enjoy doing. And it's actually a lot easier than it looks, really. And it's fairly basic. So I'm using, for this particular card, I'm using the, let me show you in the catalogue, I've got it with my bookmark here, the Fancy Flora suite and the Two Tone Flora stamp set with the coordinating dies, and also the Something Fancy stamp set for the greetings. So this is a great bundle that just encompasses everything. And also the coordinating Fancy Flora designer series paper is really good. So it's a great little suite, and makes this particular card, if you've got really beautiful paper, it makes it super easy to create. So let me tell you what you need. I've got my recipe just here, and I'll write it down as I tell you as well, so that you can see while I'm creating. So I've got 4 pieces of cardstock that are 10.5 centimeters by 10.5 centimeters. So there's 4 of them, and each of them are scored at 7.5 from one side. Okay, so 4 pieces, 10.5 by 10.5, scored at 7 centimeters. If you're doing this in inches, you could probably convert it to maybe 4 inches by 4 inches. It will work for any measurement, to be precise. This is just the one I chose that worked, because 10.5 is half of our piece of cardstock, so it just worked to be economical with the cardstock. So if you're working in inches, you could do, well, what's the width of the cardstock is 8 inches, I think, maybe a bit more. But if you did 4 inches by 4 inches and then score it at maybe 1.25 inch from each end, it doesn't matter so long as they're all identical. Okay, so that's your base card, and you can use that particular pro forma for every single card you make in this design. Now, my designer series paper is based on a little bit of a border for these. So my DSP is 10 centimeters, because that's a little bit smaller than that, by 7 centimeters, and 4 of them. And then the ones for the other side will need to be a little bit bigger, the way the card goes together. So they're 10 centimeters by 4 centimeters. And when you make your card, you'll be able to measure this. So I can just leave that for you, and you can watch that as I create this card. All right, so the way to make this card, let me put all my bits and pieces out of here. I've done my score, I've folded on all of my scoring lines, and then I'll get my seal and put some adhesive on this bit that's scored. So using my score line as the edge, put some adhesive there, and then line that up with the score line of this one and just glue that on. Okay, and then this one, put some adhesive on that little panel there that's scored, and then line that up with the next score line, and then the next one, 1, 2, and line that up with the next score line. So there you go. So they're all stuck together, and they come around like this and create your card. So this last one here, put my adhesive in that small area before the score line, and then I'm just going to fold that over, because it's important as much as possible that you do your adhering, your glue, flat. You'll always get it far more square that way, and that way you're also guaranteed that it will fit inside, because this actually fits inside a standard envelope. It's the same size this way as a standard card is. I wonder if I should have brought an envelope to show you. I don't have one here. Hang on, I'll just get an envelope. So that fits inside your standard envelope, okay? So it's easy peasy Japanese to make that. And thank you so much for joining me, Monica. And I can see your comment today. I'm getting better at learning how to do all these things. So yes, do have a go, Monica. It's really easy. Once you get the basics of it, any sort of square card will work with this particular style. So if you just are using any particular size square, when you get to the end of it, use your trusty ruler. I am a measuring person, I measure everything, and just measure how big your cardstock is this way. Then that's how I worked out this is 10 by 7. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue on this one and put this one up here. Okay. Now I have two exactly like that. One I'm going to use for the main greeting, so I'll just leave that over there. Oh, I shouldn't cover up those measurements for you, but I'll stick the rest of them on. So my card paper, I have cut 2 of the same of every one, and I'm going to alternate them. So the next page I'll leave that for this one, and then the next page I'll put this here on here. And pop that up there. Okay, and then we're back to the first one. And then I used my trusty ruler to measure these ones. All right, and that's how I knew that it was going to be 4 centimeters by 10 for each of these pieces. So these ones are slightly different bits of paper to the others, but I thought that they coordinated quite nicely with my card. All right, so pop, is that one the same? No, they're all a bit different, these ones. Pop you there. That one's for the one I'm going to stamp. Folding again. Oops. And then this one here. This is the beauty of using designer series paper. You can always find a design that will work for your big bits and your little bits. And last one, just here. Right, so that's your basic pinwheel card, all done and dusted. The rest is embellishment. All right, I'll just go and stamp my greeting in shaded, Starry Sky, which is the same color as the blue in my paper. And I just think this is the most amazing greeting ever. Grateful for the everyday magic of you, which means you can give this card to anybody at any particular time. Hello, Sharon. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm glad you could join me. This is exciting, being able to see comments, I have to say. I'm a bit thrilled with myself for being able to do this. Okay, and then my last piece. And I'm even more thrilled that you're here, seeing I didn't even advertise I was coming on today. It was just an on the spur of the moment type thing, because I can't do my 2 o'clock live on Thursday. I have to go, I choose to go to a funeral in Brisbane on Thursday, and I'm not exactly sure what time the funeral is, but I do know that I won't be able to be here at 2 o'clock. So today and tomorrow it is my intention, and tomorrow hopefully I'll be able to, is my intention to do a live video for you. Now, I've got my card ready for, now I was going to stamp, so what I'm going to do now is stamp some little flowers from the Two Tone Flora suite. I thought when I used this gorgeous paper that these little flowers would work best, because I still want to show off that stunning paper and let that do most of the talking for the actual card. So, hi Vicky, welcome. So I'm just going to stamp a couple of sets of flowers. I might leave those two for leaves, and I'm going to stamp some on the petal pink paper as well to see how that looks. Give it a total different look. So that's petal pink. And then for my detail paper, I've got, oh thank you Sharon. Well, I'm planning to be here at 2 o'clock tomorrow, so that will be lovely. Sweet sorbet to go with my petal pink for my 2-step stamping for the top of the flowers. Works a treat. I love the sweet sorbet petal pink combination. I actually don't know if there's a right way or a wrong way for this 2-step stamping for this particular flower, but every time I stamp it, it actually looks all right. So there might be a right way. I might be telling you the wrong thing, but that one's actually very crooked. But can you tell? In the grand scheme of things in life, it honestly is really not a big problem. Okay, and last of all, some leaves, because leaves are good. Always got to do some leaves. That'll do. So that means I didn't get to use my last little scrap of white cardstock. I just pulled out all the little bits out of my bits drawers. Now, I just need to make some space here to bring in my friend, my lovely friend, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, platform, cutting platform, cardstock, and then my dies. Now I've got the leaf. I should have done this before coming on. I really should have. You don't want to watch the boringness of me doing this. So I'll just do one and then finish up there, and you can imagine the card finished, unless you've got nothing to do and you're happy to hang around and watch me do some die cutting. So there we are. There's my leaves and my flowers all lined up, and work that through there. I just finished this morning. I did a series of card making classes for the Sunshine Coast Libraries. I did 7 or 8 classes over the last 2 weeks, and it was the most amazing, inspiring adventure, sharing my love of card making with all of these beautiful new people who'd never ever tried card making before. And we used these little guys, and they're so easy and portable to take along to a class like that. Just made my packing so much easier. Okay, look, we're doing all right, aren't we? One more there. Sorry to be boring and do lots of die cutting. And there we go. All right. So I'll ask your opinion, actually, see what you think about the difference between the white, the flowers stamped on the white cardstock, or the flowers stamped on the petal pink cardstock. Let's see what we think. Oh, goodness. There we go. Let's see what we think about the difference between those two. Okay, that's you done. Out of the way. Pop you over there. Let's have a look at our card. Oh, that's my example. Here's my card. And I'm going to put these guys on with dimensionals. 1, 2, 1, 2. Do I really need 2? Probably not. Well, that one automatically got 2. And pop that one there, and then some leaves. Just tuck that underneath there. There we go. Next page, we might put some petal pink. What do you think? Which one's the better floral image? On the petal pink or the white? The white one does stand out a lot more, I have to admit. It's much nicer. There we go. Put a little flower leaf on you. Now this one here is the writing panel because it's got the most room available. So I'm going to put these flowers up in the corner up here. I think that looks better up there, in amongst the other. And then this one down here. And yes, I agree with you, the white does pop better, but not bad like that. All right, and the last thing is bling. Gotta have bling. I haven't actually got bling on my other one, but really bling is like, it's everything. It's all of the things. Okay, let's just pop some there. Nice big one over here. Probably shouldn't make it too bulky because you want it to fit into your envelope. And one there, a little one there. Next page. Here we are. A couple up the top there, and maybe one more down the bottom. And this one, another biggie. And I'll leave that little bit blank in case the person wants to write a bit more story. I tend to decorate my cards so I don't have to write too much. There we go. Grateful for the everyday magic of you. A pinwheel card that folds up and folds flat to fit into a standard envelope. And you could make that too. Easy peasy Japanesey. It really is that easy to make a card. The trickiest part of it is, like, as I said, do it nice and flat. But the trickiest card is the decoration. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And thank you so much for those who joined me. It was pretty exciting, and thank you, Monica. I'll go back and reply to everybody afterwards, but it's been exciting watching all of your comments. That's been a revelation for me. Thank you so much. Bye bye now.